Good evening and welcome to another edition of Peabody Matters with Dave Gravel. Well, we're green here in Peabody, and not just because it's St. Patrick's Day. We're green tonight because we're going to be talking about GreenPeabody. And with me for guests this evening, I have my good friend from Peabody High School, Courtney Clapman. Welcome, Courtney. Ian Manning, Council President, fellow counselor at large, and also the head of, one of the heads of, I guess, the GreenPeabody Committee. And Peter Gamache, Peter who I've known pretty much since he was a tough little kid on my baseball team. Nice to see you, Peter.
Nice to see you too, Dave.
I hope you finally learned how to catch a ball.
Yes, I did.
That's good. That's great. Well, Ian, I'd like to start with you because really, when I think of GreenPeabody, I think of the initiative you started on the City Council. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what the Green Committee is all about and how it got started?
Sure, David. As you recall, back in mid-2009, the City Council, with the Mayor's blessing, put forward an initiative to create a Green Committee to focus on green initiatives, renewable energy, and really assisting the city in moving forward in these type of initiatives. The City of Peabody, was put right out there, needed a little push in getting into sync with moving forward with green initiatives. So in 2008, Governor Patrick signed off on a Green Communities Act where $10 million would go towards green communities. So that was really the jumping off point of why we wanted to get involved, because there was money involved, there was grant money involved. Later on, we learned as we peeled back that onion that the City of Peabody would not be eligible for that money because we have a Peabody Municipal Light Plant. Mm-hmm. But we can talk more about that. But that's generally where we began, was in 2009, to focus on green initiatives and to move the city forward in energy conservation and those type of initiatives.
So talk to me a little bit about what are green initiatives. I mean, people hear that. I guess that term is really used a lot today. What does it really mean to people like me?
People like you, David, would probably be very interested in initiatives like solar panels and wind power and things like that. Other mechanisms to fuel other than oil and gas, and the ones that the average person would recognize. There are other opportunities out there and other fuel sources that are better for the economy and more cost effective.
Mm-hmm. And so what are the types of things that the Green Committee has been doing?
Well, right now, David, we have been focusing for the last 5 months, working very hard on presenting a fair. It is called GreenFest, and it will be held in April 30th. It's during Earth Day month, which is April. So April 30th at the Terrigian Community Life Center from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. we will have a Green Fest that will have energy conscious businesses, speakers, seminars, all focusing on energy savings and green ideas to better the economy.
Wow. So that sounds like it'd be a fun day. I mean,
it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have kids events and all interesting topics. We're also this year going to combine our very popular event we had last year, which was the plant and seed exchange that we did have up at Brooksby Farm. This year we're going to combine it with our Earth Day Green Fest and have the plant and seed exchange simultaneously with this event, and that should be a big draw as well. That was very popular last year.
So I bring in my plants, you take the seeds, or I bring in my
If you bring in plants and I want seeds, that's right, it's a swap.
Is it really? That's how it
Yes,
works?
it is a swap. You bring something, leave with something. Last year I brought strawberries and left with sunflower plants and I think a cactus and some seeds.
Well, Courtney, that explains why I never got any strawberries at a city council meeting.
That's it.
It must be. She gave them all away.
Gave them all away.
And what about any types of initiatives that go on from a green perspective in terms of recycling, and how does that work?
What we're doing now, as you know, as Mr. Gamache will speak to soon, is that we do have a new contract where we will be recycling. We will be a community that recycles every week instead of every other week. So a big focus for GreenPeabody will be to educate the citizens of Peabody about the changes in the contract and also about the benefits of recycling.
So I had introduced Peter as a friend of mine, and he is, and as a former ball player, and he was. But I should introduce Peter in his formal position now with JRM. Why don't you tell people a little bit about your position and what you do for JRM and how JRM is involved in green initiatives in the city?
Well, again, Peter Gamache, General Manager of JRM. We've had the city contract for the past 15 years. And this year we've entered an agreement with the city to try to increase their recycling rates as participation levels, and to decrease the amount of disposal costs and the amount of tonnage going to incinerators. As Ian had mentioned, we are now going to be picking up recycling every week. It eliminates the confusion for everybody who needs to look at their neighbors to see what color bin they have to put out. So we've agreed to pick up the recycling every week, and we've also agreed with the city to put trash limits in place. It's worked in a lot of other communities that we've done, and the city of Peabody is just falling in line with other neighboring communities.
So what are trash limits? What do you mean by that?
The city of Peabody is going to, effective July 5th, have a 3-barrel limit for what they can put out in the curb for trash. The recycling is totally unlimited. You can put out as much recycling as need be. It's going to get picked up every week. And that way there, you don't have to listen to the people saying that I can't make it 2 weeks to hold my recycling. We took pretty much all the negatives away from the ideas that they would not be able to go with a trash limit. And I think that it's going to be a big step for the city in regards to reducing their disposal costs and increasing their recycling participation to a point where it should catch up to some of the more greener communities in the North Shore.
So that means if I have a lot of trash, I should buy big barrels.
No. No, they're 36-gallon limits. Everything's going to be uniform. Everybody's going to be the same. If there's a 2-family home, they'll get 6 barrels. 3-family home will get 9.
Nice. I kind of thought there must be a catch there somewhere.
There's a lot of catches involved. But I think that once the people get used to the process and start doing it, then it will be an everyday occurrence. I mean, some of my communities have done pay-as-you-throw. Some have gone to cardboard limits, visual cardboard limits, where if we see any cardboard on the curb with the trash, we would just leave it behind. That's been an effective way. Some of the neighboring communities have put limits into place already, and it's worked out very well.
And again, I guess the benefit for the city is the more we recycle, the lower our cost is?
The lower the cost of disposal.
Okay.
So for every ton that you do not send to the incinerator, saves the city $66 a ton, I believe it is this year. It goes to $68 next year. So for every ton that they divert from the incinerator, it's a savings directly to the city in disposal.
Is that the tipping fee?
That's the tipping fee,
Tipping
yes.
fee.
Yes.
That's great. I know it'd be interesting for people out there because, right now there's no limit on the number of barrels that they can put out. What if you have this, your spring cleanup and you've got more than the 3 barrels? Do you have to make a special call somewhere? Or how does that work?
You could call for a special pickup, which is going to be a cost. The DPW is open for yard waste programs, and I think that's going to be the key, is what people are going to do with their yard waste. They're not going to want to waste one of their barrels for yard waste. So the City of Peabody has a yard waste program. We're contracted to pick up 6 times during the year. We pick up 2 spring and 4 in the fall, 4 weeks in the fall, unlimited, at no cost. You put out as much yard waste as possible, as much as you want.
Really?
Yeah. And then this DPW yard also has availability for people who don't want to wait the whole week or wait till the program starts. They can go up to the DPW yard, and they have a recycling facility up there.
No, I just think you gave me a great excuse to procrastinate cleaning up my yard until you tell me it's okay.
Do your spring cleanup before July 5th.